Welcome to the October 17th HealthTech Dose. In today's landscape, the pressure to innovate faster, smarter, and more efficiently has never been greater. We're moving beyond these theoretical discussions of AI and right into its practical, pipeline-altering applications. So the central question for every single R&D leader is no longer if AI will reshape our industry, but how we can strategically deploy it to make more informed, more confident choices. Okay, let's dive into this.
This quote, well, it really frames the entire problem, doesn't it? The challenge we're facing in the pharmaceutical industry is just monumental. The R&D process is notoriously slow, it's incredibly expensive, and let's be honest, it's packed with risk. For every single therapy that makes it to market, there are countless others that don't, burning through capital and, far more importantly, delaying treatments that patients are desperately waiting for. The stakes really couldn't be any higher.
So, where do we start? Where can AI make the biggest, most immediate impact? Well, it's right at the beginning, in the earliest stages of drug discovery. This has always been a massive bottleneck. It's like searching for a single needle in a haystack the size of a mountain. But what if AI could basically shrink that haystack down to the size of a shoebox? Or even better, what if it could just hand you a giant magnet?
And here it is, 98.6%. Just let that number sink in for a second. This is the predictive accuracy of a brand new AI model for identifying successful drug-target interactions. This isn't just a minor improvement. This is a quantum leap. It means we can give our research teams the power to zero in on the absolute most promising candidates right from the get-go. Think about the time, the resources, the sheer capital saved.
Now, the model that's powering that incredible number, it has a pretty technical name, sure, but what it does is actually beautifully simple. It's called the CA-HACO-LF model. The best way to think about it is as a super intelligent research assistant. It can analyze thousands upon thousands of drug details, see the hidden patterns that lead to success, and then flag the candidates with the highest potential. It's all about sifting through that immense complexity to find the gold.
And here's how it actually works, step by step. First, you have data collection, just gathering and cleaning a massive amount of information. Then, in step 2, the AI does its magic, intelligently extracting the most important features. It's separating the signal from all the noise. From there, it makes its prediction, classifying which drug interactions are most likely to work. And finally, step 4, it validates its own work to ensure the results are rock solid. It's a clear, logical path from just raw data to a truly powerful, actionable insight.
So now, let's move further down the pipeline. Once you have that promising drug candidate, you enter the long, complicated world of clinical trials. And here, we're up against a totally different kind of enemy.
And that enemy is something called white space. Now, this isn't time spent on valuable research, not at all. It's the dead air, the unproductive gaps created by manual, sequential processes. It's the waiting around for data, getting bogged down by administrative bottlenecks, all that stuff that just grinds progress to a halt. Frankly, this white space is the enemy of efficiency, and it costs us a fortune. So how do we fight back? Well, this comparison says it all. On the left, you've got the old way, a tangled web of sequential tasks, siloed data, and reactive decision-making. It's a recipe for delays. But on the right, you have the AI way. Using what's called agentic AI, it's like having a master orchestra conductor for your trial. It automates tasks, runs workflows in parallel, and integrates all your data in real time. This means your team is always making decisions based on the most current information, all perfectly in sync.
And I have to stress this next point, because it is absolutely crucial. This isn't about replacing our brilliant scientists and clinicians. It's about empowering them. It's about automating the tedious, low-value work so that our experts can focus on what they do best: high-level strategy, deep analysis, and making those critical judgment calls. This human-in-the-loop approach ensures that technology serves the expert, not the other way around.
Okay, so we've made discovery more precise, and we've made trial operations more efficient. But the next evolution of AI's capability is where things get really exciting. It's about making the shift from simply reacting to problems to proactively predicting them before they even happen.
To really grasp this, let's draw a parallel to another incredibly high-stakes environment, the intensive care unit. In an ICU, being able to predict if a patient's health is about to decline is literally a matter of life and death. And new research is showing how AI is completely revolutionizing this space. The lessons for managing risk in clinical trials are just profound.
Take a look at this chart. On the left, you've got the predictive power of traditional scoring systems. And on the right, you've got an AI model called LGBM48H. The difference is stark.
The AI is significantly better at predicting critical events a full 48 hours in advance. Now just imagine having that kind of foresight in a clinical trial, the ability to anticipate an adverse event or identify an at-risk patient group before it becomes a crisis. That is a true game changer.
So when you put all these pieces together, from discovery to operations to prediction, a very clear picture starts to form. All the evidence is pointing in one undeniable direction.
This is what we call the data-driven advantage. We can accelerate discovery with almost unbelievable accuracy. We can eliminate the costly white space that drains our timelines. We can use these predictive models to see around corners and manage risk proactively. And perhaps most importantly, we empower our people by taking the administrative burden off their shoulders so they can be the strategic leaders we need them to be. This isn't some vision of the future anymore. This is happening right now.
So that really brings us to the one question I want to leave you with today. It's a fundamental one that every leader needs to be asking right now. Is your R&D pipeline built on decades of intuition, or is it truly being engineered with data? Because the answer to that question, well, that's what's going to define who leads and who follows in the next era of pharmaceutical innovation.